I'm joined here by Frank. He has many hats on, including talking outside the Roundel in Douglas weekends from time to time, which I think is fantastic. But here today, Frank, we're talking about EVs, electric vehicles, and you're going to arrange a little get-together in Douglas soon. I thought it was quite interesting.
This coming Sunday at the Manx Utilities headquarter, or precisely in the car park and the reception area if it rains, from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. We have free coffee, free cakes. And the invite is for all EV owners, because I know there's a community and we meet on Facebook, and this actually emerged from the local Facebook group. You know, I think it was myself or someone else who suggested, hey, why don't we meet up outside of Facebook at some point? I was like, okay, let's do it. And then I just basically, the MUA guys got in touch, and obviously they are very supportive. And we figured, cool, let's just do it.
Any idea how many electric vehicles there are out there these days? I see a lot of my. In fact, you've got the same cars as me. We've got the same sort. There's a lot of them around when you look now compared with a few years ago. But is it many?
Official figures are, I think, 875, but that's the ones that are registered. If you count in the ones still on UK plates that haven't been registered over, we are well over 1,000. And
getting bigger, obviously, all the time.
Yeah, it's everything. It's the automotive industry that's pushing everything, and you see. All the cars they advertise, everything you always see is, you know, either hybrid or EV. They hardly ever advertise or even sell any diesel or petrol cars anymore.
So the idea of getting together is just to look at each other's vehicles. I don't know what. There's no motor. I mean, you can't just lift the hatch on a normal old-fashioned.
You could marvel at the carbon fibre in our BMWs if you want. That's quite nice. No, there's. It's not just going out as an invite to EV owners. What we also want to do, or what I want to do with this event, is bring people who are thinking about getting an EV there, and, you know, turn up in whatever you have. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be electric, because what I want to create is an atmosphere where you can speak to real owners, and where you don't have your first contact with an EV in a sales room where someone is trying to sell you something, but you speak to real people and they say, what's this to own? You know, what does it really cost to run it, and so on, and you get some real feedback, and then maybe we can convert some more people.
I must admit, I don't think I'd ever go back. What about you? Once you get electric, it's quite weird, isn't it? There's silence and the power and all that sort of.
It's really, really nice, especially the little BMW, because it's so light and it's so quick. But to be honest, I still have a petrol car.
Oh.
For the summer, and this is the other thing. You don't have to be in one camp. You know, it's this constant. If you go on certain Facebook pages here, it's either your ICE. So internal combustion engine, or your EV. There's no middle ground, and that's silly. Of course you can have a middle ground. I still have a little, very old, not worth much, but it's a little convertible for the summer. That's petrol. We'll bring that out when the sun is nice, or when we go on a road trip to the UK. But over here for everyday driving, I would never look back.
Now you've got a star turn coming over for the event, haven't you, from the UK?
Oh yes, and this was actually, I'm so happy actually this worked out. As part of this event, I wanted something, a centerpiece, a talking point, something to get people coming. So I contacted the guys from RiverSimple, which is a hydrogen car startup in the UK. They have a little car called the Rasa. It's also carbon fiber, it's hydrogen powered. It's not just a car, it's a whole mobility concept around it. The car is the equivalent of 250 miles per gallon if it was a petrol car. So it's a really stunning piece of kit. Prince Charles recently drove it, and, you know, it's big there. And to my delight, they agreed to come over. So the Steam Packet kindly is paying the ticket to come over with the car, and, you know, I'm paying the hotel. And Rasa, the hydrogen car, and the founders behind it, they're called RiverSimple, RiverSimple.com. They'll be there to answer questions, and we can have a look at, you know, another approach to alternative energy.
And let me ask that question: is hydrogen the way, the holy grail, and we're just sort of on the way towards the better life? You know,
some say
electric.
yes, some say no. When I spoke to Hugo Spouse, who's the founder of RiverSimple, he actually said he's interested to come here and speak to people, because he thinks a place like us, like a small island, is perfect for hydrogen, because all you need is one filling station. And the cars have such massive range. It's a small car, but the few kilos of hydrogen it has are enough for 300 miles of range. So he thinks something like this would be very, very good.
It's going to be funny in 100 years' time when people look back on where we were and if it was the right thing, the wrong thing to go electric. And
I think what's really important is to keep the discussion going and to get more people interested in it and looking at it. And no matter what we go with in the end, if it's electric, if it's hydrogen, or if it's even synthetic fuels, which is, you know, the other option. A lot of manufacturers looking at synthetic fuels for ICE engines. There'll be a mix there somewhere. None of them are perfect. But as long as we have a discussion over here and we progress it and we keep people interested in these kind of things, then I think that's useful.
Well, I hope all the weather's good and we get the car over. Just remind people again where and when.
10 a.m. to 12 midday on Sunday at the Manx Utility headquarters in the business park just next to Cycle 360.
Did you mention free tea and biscuits or something?
We have free coffee and cake there, and hopefully a hydrogen car to look at. And come along.